Hello everyone, this is a quick video on how to fill out the project cost analysis sheet. Remember, for any project you do, you will need to fill this out. The reason we're looking at this is because if you would work in the fashion industry, before you actually mass produce any type of a garment, you would need to figure out how much it costs to actually produce that garment based on materials and on labor cost. So for us, we're just going to do it for each one of our projects just so you get a feel of what it's like. The first thing you need to do is decide what your project is. You'll put your name, and of course I've decided on this gathered apron. I am not going to make the petticoat. So if I click over, here is a picture. I am going to do letter A. So this is a picture of what I want to do. It's a cute little apron. So as I scroll down, I click on yardage and it will tell me what I need. When you purchase your fabric, you need to purchase the yardage and then multiply how much it costs. If you've kept all your receipts, that is really great, and this should be very, very quick. So as I scroll back to the project cost analysis sheet, I need to start putting in my material. I noticed this was from Joann Fabrics. I purchased it there, and it cost $6.59 per yard. And if I scroll back over, I need 1 7/8 of the main fabric. So I'm going to go back here. It was 1 7/8. So I put in 1 7/8. So the total cost will be $12.36. I noticed there's another fabric that I need. I need 1/2 yard of another fabric. But before I go any further, I do want to put in, I'm going to make this out of this really cute red truck fabric. So I'm going to copy and paste this picture into my spreadsheet. And there it is. And I'm going to make it smaller and bring it over. So there it is. Now, the second fabric I need, I'm going to do a red fabric. And I've got the red fabric right here. So I'm going to copy this and paste it eventually. And it's $8.99 a yard. Now I'll copy and paste the picture in a little bit later. So it's $8.99 a yard. I need 1/2 yard, and 1/2 yard of $8.99 is $4.50. I go back to my sheet, and I also notice here are my notions. I'm not going to make the petticoat, so I don't need any of this, but I need 7 5/8 inch buttons. So do I need thread? Yes, and I just happen to know I need thread for this. So they've got a Thanksgiving Day sale going on. So I'm going to get a spool of thread for $2.44. And so I will put down my thread cost. Joann's, it's $2.44. I needed 1 spool, and the total cost is $2.44. I also need buttons. So I went out and I found some buttons. Here's some nice red buttons. They're 7/8 inch. There's 4 to a pack. And if I look back at my sheet, there's 7 buttons. So I need 2 packs. So I will go ahead, put down Joann's. They're $2.99 a pack, and I need 2 packs. You may not say, well, I only need 7 buttons. So I'm going to divide this total cost of $5.98 in by 7 and not have to pay for that extra one. If you had to purchase 2 cards, you will need to put down the $5.98. So the next project you do, if you use that spare button, then you can say it was free because you had it in your collection. And of course, now I do need to put in the pattern. I will come back to that. But you do need to put in labor cost. So shopping for materials, you say, oh, $7.25 an hour, that is minimum wage in Wisconsin. So it's $7.25 an hour. It took me about an hour. You know, I had to go in the car for 1/2 an hour. And so the total cost would be $7.25. And then you say, oh, I did the layout and the cutting. And it was $7.25 an hour, but that only took me 1/2 an hour. So I put down $3.63, which is 1/2 of that. And of course, I did the sewing. That took me 3 hours. $21.75. Remember, this is free for you, so it really won't cost you that. But in the real world, they would want to know what the labor costs were going to be. Fixing mistakes, I had a big one, so it took me 1/2 an hour, and it's $21.75. Now, I will need to put my red fabric in here, but I also need to put the cost of the pattern. So I'm going to go over here. I got the pattern on sale for $13.97, so I need to put my pattern in there. And of course it was Joann's. And it was $13.97. I never pay that much for a pattern. And I need one of them, so it's $13.97. So the other thing you would need to do is copy and paste your red fabric on here. Yet we are ready. So now you can add up your total cost. You can add them up if you want in a calculator, or on the top here, just highlight this column. This is what I like about Google Sheets. And then you will see this backwards E, which is the sum function, and go click on sum and hit the enter key. And this would cost me $75.51 to make one apron with the labor. Of course, you would take probably 20, 30, almost $40 off of here, but it still costs a lot of money. That's why I always like to get patterns when they're $1.99, and I look for the sales. But you need to do one of these. Remember, for every project you do, it's easy just to save your receipts and put all the information down as you're doing it. And when you're done with your project and you hand it in for review, just hand in your project analysis sheet. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.